again, everybody. Dave Brown here at ringside, about ready to go with another day of championship wrestling. Big card coming up. As usual, we have Ken Lucas, Rick Morton in here this week. They will be in a tag team match going against Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. And after that, we have a single match in which Coco Ware will be taking on Bub Smith. The Irwins will be here. Dr. Bill Irwin and, of course, his brother Scott Irwin, who we saw a week or so ago as he joined Dr. Bill Irwin. They will be here as a tag team today, going against Tom Maley and David McGee. Beautiful Bobby Eaton will be taking on David Price in a single match, and it'll be Larry Latham teaming with Danny Davis, more about that in a moment, going against Tommy and Eddie Gilbert in an expiration of time tag team match. The Latham-Davis match, interesting because a few weeks ago, Latham and Davis had their differences. Dr. Bill Irwin and Larry Latham were wrestling together as partners, but when Scott Irwin, Dr. Bill's brother, came into the picture, he dropped Larry Latham, and Latham and Danny Davis have worked out their differences, I understand. They will be wrestling as a tag team today. We're going to be back with the opening match, Buddy Wayne, David Oswald against Ken Lucas and Rick Morton, coming up in just a moment. Got a tag team match coming up here. We're waiting for everyone to arrive, and while we're waiting for them to get into the ring, I do want to bring someone out right here. Lance taking the day off. He will be back with us next week, but since he's not going to be here today, see we get somebody to kind of help us out with the commentary. I'd like to bring out the king, Jerry Lawler, coming out right now. Jerry, come on over, sir.
Hi, Dave.
How are you? Have a seat here. I'd like for you to join us for the program and make whatever comment you feel you'd like to during all of this as we take a look at the matches.
This is great. In other words, I'm taking Lance's place.
Well, kind of, I suppose.
Is he going to be here at all today?
No, he will not be here today. He'll be back next week.
Well, he called. He was on his way. He's trying to get here, but he stuck his nose out the window, and the wind caught it, turned the car around, so he will be late. He may get here a little later. He's trying his best.
All right. We'll pass that message along to him. Everybody is climbing into the ring right now. Let's go with the official introductions for a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total of 468 pounds on the left of the screen, from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald, his partner from Memphis, Tennessee, Buddy Wayne. Going against him, total weight of 414 pounds, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ken Lucas. And from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun. Let's see who's going to start. Looks like Oswald for his team and Kenny Lucas for his. The referee says ring the bell. We've done so, and Jerry, we are underway.
I'm surprised that Ken's even in it. Have you seen the top of Ken's head from last week?
No, I really haven't.
Well, you may get a chance if the camera picks it up or whatever. But when that Scott Irwin hit him with that boot, it laid the top of his head open. It's one of the worst gashes I've seen since I've been in wrestling.
I remember the incident well, no doubt about that. But Kenny's a battler. Boy, it's hard to keep Kenny down.
That guy was just sitting in the audience last week, right? That's what I heard.
Yeah, oh, that's true. The guy was sitting in the audience, and all of a sudden he jumped into the ring, and it turns out to be Dr. Bill Irwin's brother, Scott.
I thought it was your job to screen the crowds here, Dave.
No, sir. Tell you what, though. Strange situation. Boy, he's a big guy, too, this Scott Irwin. We're going to be looking at him a little later on. He'll be here with Dr. Bill Irwin in a tag team match. Ken Lucas back in after the tag by Rick Morton.
These guys are doing something really important in tag team wrestling, is keeping the fresh man in. We call it quick tags, tagging in and out, and the object is to keep a fresh man in and then keep your opponent in as long as he can possibly stay in, wear him down, so to speak.
Exactly. I can recall some of the great tag teams of the past, the interns, the assassins,
Lawler and White. Come on.
Lawler and White. They did indeed keep the fresh man in there, and they were championship wrestlers because of it. Buddy Wayne.
The wrestling book just went out the window.
Yeah, I think you're right. Buddy Wayne in there. Hey, he's grabbed by Ken Lucas over the corner. Whoa! Ken says, welcome to our side of the ring.
Slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah. Ken Lucas with Buddy Wayne on the mat. Buddy back up on one foot, one knee. We're 2 minutes into the action.
Took Ken over with a flying mare, and he still hung on to the arm lock there.
Got him off his feet, but only briefly. There's a tag made, and Rick Morton back in. You know, I think the quick tag you're talking about may be especially important to a team like Rick Morton and Ken Lucas. They are not the biggest tag team around.
That's right. When they go in there, they're almost always outweighed and undersized against their opponents, and you can make up for the lack of size with speed and agility, and that's what they do.
Buddy Wayne, there's some size right there. That telephone pole broad arm drove Rick Morton to the mat, but Rick, back on his feet, shoves Buddy Wayne into the turnbuckles. Oswald in after the tag. Morton. There's Oswald into the ropes, coming back off of there. He caught him in the midsection. We're 3 minutes into the action. David Oswald, Ken Lucas. Lucas to the corner. Here's Rick Morton back in.
You know, even though it doesn't look like it right now, but David Oswald is a young wrestler who's improving. He reminds me a lot of like Danny Davis. He just kind of came on the scene, and then like overnight, I mean, you know, he just every match he kept getting better and better, and all of a sudden he was up there in the main event. And David Oswald reminds me of this type of wrestler. He gets better and better. He hasn't won a lot of matches yet, but I bet the day will come when he'll turn things around like that.
I think you're probably right, because the kid's got a lot of desire. The only thing that we have a problem with on David Oswald is his disregard of the rules rather frequently, sometimes when that's to his advantage. But you're right, he's come a mighty long way in a short time. Buddy Wayne against Rick Morton. Buddy's got his hand wrapped around Rick's throat, if I'm not mistaken, choking him.
He's choking him when the referee's behind him and pulling the hair when the referee's around front.
Oswald back in. Oh, Morton runs into Oswald. Oswald off to the elbow, but misses. We've just passed 4 minutes in this match. 4 minutes gone. Oswald into the ropes. Rick Morton waiting for him as he came flying off of there. There's not much you can do when you're bouncing into those ropes. You're going to come right back. Atomic knee drop by Rick Morton. 1, 2. Buddy Wayne is there. He broke the cover at the count of 2. I thought Rick had it. He's to the corner, tag to Ken Lucas. Oswald off the ropes again. Ken Lucas waiting for it. Kenny picks him up. Flips him right back down. Cover. 1. Count of 2. Oswald breaks it at the 2 count. Buddy Wayne coming back in after the tag.
That's where Kenny should have tried to take the man back to his corner, keep Oswald in there as long as he could, but he got a little close to their corner, and Buddy Wayne got the tag. Now they're doing the same thing. They're trying to keep their fresh man in, tagging in and out.
There's Kenny, gets back to his corner, gets the tag on Rick Morton. Yeah, both of them in there.
I don't know who the legal man is right now.
Yeah, it's Oswald. Oswald's the man who should be in there. Drop kick by Rick Morton. We're 5.5 minutes into the action. Oswald into the rope. Ken Lucas comes after him, going with a sleeper hold. Rick Morton releasing the ring, keeping Buddy Wayne from jumping in there and interfering.
You got him, I'm afraid.
I believe you're right. Look out, Buddy Wayne stepping through the ropes. Morton is there to send him back. Referee Jerry Calhoun checking. We're waiting for a signal from him, and he says that's it. So the sleeper hold by Ken Lucas, one of Kenny's favorites, as a matter of fact. He does it well. He used it on Oswald. Ooh. Wakes him up. And the win goes to Ken Lucas and Rick Morton over Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. Time on the match was 5 minutes, 51 seconds, 5:51. Again, the winners, Ken Lucas and Rick Morton. And,
it teaches me to talk about how good Oswald is.
When you get caught in the sleeper hold, there is not much you can do, especially when, as Morton was doing, keeping Buddy Wayne away from the action. Tell you what, we're not going to take a break here. We're just going to keep the action going and bring them in for a single match. Here comes Big Bub Smith.
The killer.
Jackson, Tennessee. Bub Smith is here. Yes, sir. We see you, Bub. Yeah. The fabulous, what does it say on the back of the shirt? The fabulous killer Bub Smith.
Fabulous killer Bub Smith. It says on the front, what does it say on the front? The killer rocks on.
Killer rocks on.
You might have to change that to the killer rolls on.
Possibility, too. This is going to be, okay, Bub, it's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Jackson, Tennessee at 260 pounds, Bub Smith. And going against him from Union City, Tennessee, 221 pounds, Coco Ware. This is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee, Jerry Calhoun. Boy, I tell you, Bub, he's
said
big.
He's back in town. I said it's good to see his back.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing his front.
Bub's a big one at 260. Going against perhaps the best drop kick in these parts today, in Coco Ware. He has got a terrific drop kick that if he gets it on you, he's going to put you on the mat.